So let's continue with the operations on the list. So we can also perform slicing in list. For example, if we want the last two elements, we can use the following command. L is equals to Michael Jackson 10.1 1982 MJ and 1. So if I click like L, it gives me this list. So this is 0 1 2 3 4. So if I want the MJ and 1, how I can access them? I will write L3 to 5. For example, L3 to 5, it gives me MJ and 1. So why 3 to 5? So this one is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So why I've written 5? So the slicing, the standard is that you have to give the L3, which is the starting one. So I need MJ, which is 3, and if I want 1, I will write n plus 1, which is 4 plus 1, which is 5. So I will say L3 colon 5. It will start from 3 and end at 4. The 5 will not be included. So this is the standard. You can play around the list slicing as well. We can use the let's suppose I say starting from 1 I need Michael Jackson and 10.1. so what I will write, can you guess it? I will say L 0 or 1. It should be 0 because it starts with the 0, and I need up to 1, but I will write 2 n plus 1, which is 2. So I will write 2. So let's see, it's given me Michael Jackson, and this I will say Michael Jackson and 10.1. if I write 0 1, then this will be Michael Jackson only, because it will start with 0 and end with 0, n plus 1, which is 0 again. So if I delete it, this is MJ1. We can use the method extend to add new elements to the list. So we can add new elements to the list. Used extend to add new elements. For example, L is Michael Jackson and 10.2. L dot extend pop and 10. Another list. So if you enter it, it will give you Michael Jackson 10.2 pop and 10. So let's do it once again. Michael Jackson 10.2 pop and 10 have been extended in the list already. Another similar method is append. If we apply append instead of extend, we add one element to the list. So here how many elements are there in the list? 0 1 2 and 3, total 4. So if I say len, which is the length of the list, it will be 4. Okay, length is 4. And if I say here after the length, I will say print L, will give me so why it's not giving me print, I will say print length. So this gives me 4 Michael Jackson, 0 1 2 and 3. Another operation is append. If we append instead of extend, we add one element. So let's see how it works. So L is Michael Jackson and 10.2. if I say L dot append this in the list, so print L, it will give me only Michael Jackson 10.2, and appended is as a list with a single unit, as a single element. And if you check the length, this will be 3 instead of 4. And let's print it again, 3 and 4. Okay, so this is the difference between the extend and the append. Each time we apply a method, the list changes. If we apply extend, we add 2 new elements to the list. The list L is then modified by adding 2 new elements. For example, I say Michael Jackson 10. This is the L dot extend is pop 10, and then this is the same thing, Michael Jackson this. If we append the list A and list A, we have one new element consisting of a nested list. For example, if we say L dot append is AB, so the original list for Michael Jackson 10.2 pop and 10, and now it will append AB. So what is the length? Length is 0 1 2 3 4, and total is 5. L dot append is this. Let's see. Okay, let's put another block here, and we copy and paste the code here. And now instead of append, I say extend. Let's see. So this is Michael Jackson 10.2 pop 10 AB list. This was the previous list, and now as an extension is added two element A and B, or I will say extend XY. So you see I had added AB previously, so the list was changed, and the X and Y has been extended again in the list, and the length of the list is changed to 9. How? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So starting from 0, the total length is 9. As lists are mutable, we can change them. For example, we can change the first element as follows. For example, I had a list, so I told you that the lists are mutable, you can make changes. Now this is the example. Basically, I have a list A which is equals to disco 10 1.2. I say print A before change A, so it will print A. Now I change it, A0 is equals to hard rock. Instead of disco, change the disco and put it hard rock, print after A, so the list will change. See, before changes is disco 10 1.2, and after changes is hard rock 10 and 1.2. Now you have got the concept that if you want to make this kind of change in the tuples, you cannot change it this way because the tuples are immutable. You can extend or you can like append a tuple, but you cannot delete a specific item of a tuple because that's a unique. So we can also delete an element of a list using del command. For example, print before change and A, del A0, print after change. So what will happen? Before change hard rock 10 1.2, this was the list A, and then I say delete the first element del 0, print after change A 10 1.2. we can convert a string to a list using split. So now we have seen that how to extend the operations. Till now we have seen our, let's start list operation. We have seen the slicing from 0 to 4 and in the reverse order as well. Then we have seen how to extend a list. Then we have seen that how to append a list. Then we have played around a little bit with the list, and then we have seen that what's the difference between the list and the tuple, and we can delete a specific element of the list, and now we can also delete an element. So we have seen an example. Now the operation is we can convert a string to a list using split. So we can convert a string into a list using split. For example, split translate every group of characters separated by space into an element of list. For example, if you have a string hard rock, this is a string, and if you want to convert it in a list, you can convert it using the dot split command. If you put it like this, you will get this answer. For example, I say name and dot split. So let's see, it gives me hover comma name. Okay, so hard rock, hard comma rock, it has split the hard rock into two. The space, wherever there was a space, we have a comma, and the hard rock was string previously, and now it's converted into a list. We can also split the functions to separate strings on a specific character. That if there is a specific character, for example comma, within the strings, and you want to convert a list based on them, you can. We pass the character we would like to split into argument, which in this case is a comma. Comma is the argument, the list is the result is a list, and each element corresponds to a set of characters that have been separated by a comma. For example, A comma B comma C comma D, this is a this is basically a we have a string, and then we want to convert it into a list, and the argument is comma. So you see within a list, each and every, it has converted each and every element separated by a comma here like this. With each and every element we have comma. So what is meant by this? So wherever we had a comma, it has been separated. So for example, if we say hard rock dot split with a comma, So it's same as the hot rock within a single like list, within a single string. This is a single string. Here they are 1 2 and 3 4 strings. Here it is only one string because there is no comma, so that's not splitted by a comma. For example, if I say A B C D split by a comma, so there is no comma, so the number or the length of this string is 1. Here the length of this string will be 0 1 2 3 instead of 1. So let's say if we say that x is equals to this, and then I say print x, so this is my x, and if I say length of x, the length is 4. What about this? We don't have a comma here, so it will convert it into a single element. So I say that y is equals to this and then I say print y. I got this list, and if I say length of the y, which is 1. So it was not in the module previously. I just added it just to clarify you guys what is the difference between dot split with comma and dot split without a comma. So even if there is no comma, so I can easily say split and no argument, and still the result is so the result is not same because this has converted this variable string into the element of the ring. But if I say dot comma, you see it has changed because now it cannot split it because there is no comma here, and there was a comma here, so it has been split into the 4. So I hope you have got the concept. Again, for example, here's a comma, x is equals to a comma b comma c comma d, and split on the comma, so you got 4 characters. You have got a list and there are 4 elements within the list. So I say y is equals to a b c d, and I say split on the comma. As there is no comma within this a b c d, it has been assigned in a list with a single item, and the length is 1 only. So I hope that you have got the concept. Now coming towards copy and clone. So let's cover this copy and clone in the third series of this lecture on the list.